Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the preview and the title of the video, we're going to do a Ganyu makeup tutorial today. Now, I did film a video like this for her a couple months ago, but now that I just have an upgraded setup and an upgraded cosplay, I'm doing her again and posting her officially. So, without further ado, I'm going to put my wig cap and my costume on and we're going to jump right into the cosplay. Alright, I'm back with my wig cap and my costume on, so let's get right into contacts. The contacts I'm using today, I don't remember the name of, but I will put them in the description after I edit and actually find out what it is. But I had them in my collection and I was just like, oh my god, these would be perfect for Ganyu. And like, I did go through like a few different pairs and I was just like, these aren't really like the ones that I want. And like, a lot of them were like pink ones, but like she's got like that weird kind of eye color. But I just want you to look at these and tell me that these are not like perfect. Yeah, see? It's like the purple on the top and then like the pinkish color on the bottom. Perfect, first of all. So I'm going to be using these today and I'm just going to put them right into my eyes and I'll do a close-up and show you how it's done. With those in, let's jump right into the base. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide for my primer, of course. And I'm just going to take that, couple pumps on my fingers, and I'm just going to work that in a little bit and then tap that all over my face. Now, once that's all tapped in, you're going to want to wait about 30 seconds for it to get like super tacky. And once that's tacky, you can add some more primers. And the other primers that I like to go in with, as you can see, I do have a good amount of blemishes on my face. I like to take the L'Oreal Prime Lab 24-hour redness eraser, and I just like to put that anywhere I have any kind of red spots or blemishes. And I just work that in between my fingers, and then again, just put it wherever you see any kind of spot like that, and it'll just kind of take away the redness and make it easier to blend in with your foundation. Now that my face is all primed, we're going to jump right into foundation. The foundation I'm using today is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear Foundation in the shade 395. And what I'm going to do is, after giving it a good shake to basically like let the oil and the foundation kind of like mix together in the bottle, I'm going to take this and I'm going to take a few pumps onto the back of my hand, and I'm going to take a damp beauty sponge and basically just start working that in. Keeping up with the creams, I'm going to be jumping in with the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade 320. And I'm just going to put this pretty much all kind of over my face, and I'm just going to put this under my eyes in like tiny little dots, because this stuff is pretty full coverage, so a little goes a long way. In the middle of my forehead, tip of my nose, and then the bottom of my chin. And then once I have that kind of all laid out, I also take a little bit of it and put it just like right in the creases of my eyes, and then I just blend it out with the same damp beauty sponge. With that all set in place, before I go in with any kind of powder product, I'm going to set my face with a setting spray. And I'm not really sure if this makes too much of a difference, but I'd like to do it just because I feel like it makes my makeup last longer throughout the day. So if you have the setting spray to use, then I would definitely recommend it. But I'm sure spraying it all just at the end with setting spray does like a similar effect. But basically, I like to take my Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist from e.l.f. and I just like to spray that all over the cream base that I just applied. And then once that is done, I like to take a fan and basically just like dry it faster. Our setting spray is all dry. Now we can go in with some powder. The powder that I'm using is the L'Oreal Paris Hydra Perfect powder in the translucent shade. And I just like to take this little powder puff that I got off of TikTok shop. I'm pretty sure you can find them on Amazon as well. They're really nice and they just kind of like make a really smooth application that I feel like I haven't gotten with any kind of other powder puff or beauty blender. But pretty much I just put this underneath my eyes, in my T-zone, anywhere I would get especially oily with like the actual like thick bit of powder that I puffed off on the edge of my hand. And then once I'm done with that, I'll take just a light amount of powder on the puff and I'll set my entire face to lock it in for the rest of the day. Now that I have my base all set, I'm going to add some blush to warm up my face. The blush that I'm using today is the Flower Nose Strawberry Rococo blush in the shade 03 Classic Ballet. And I'm just going to take a very small kind of fluffy brush like this and just pick up some of that product and put it right under my eye on the apple of my cheek. This is to create a rounded effect. And once I have placed it on both of my cheeks, I'm also going to take a little bit and then warm it up into my eye. And as well as taking it to my eyes, I'm also going to take it onto the tip of my nose and then my chin to kind of even out the face. But with my blush all set in place, we can now move on to contour. I don't contour my entire face, but I do contour my nose, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I like to take a flat brush like so, and then a kind of neutral, like grayish toned eyeshadow, because as a pale person, any kind of other browns would make me look really orange, so I like to keep it cool to match my undertone. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start marking out the shape of my contour, and I like to come down the nose like this, up the bridge, and also around the tip like this. So it has this line up here that connects to under my eye, and then down the nose like this, but empty on the side. And that's because as I turn here, you can see that I have a bump in my nose, and whenever I do a contour, it kind of makes it go inwards and makes it kind of awkward and janky. So I just stay away from the middle to avoid that. And then once your contour lines are all in place, you can then use the same brush to blend it out. Next, I'm going to be starting on my eyebrows. Now, I'm not going to do anything fancy with this, but I'm going to just be filling them in with a blue shade that matches Ganyu's hair. And I would show you this, but currently I'm borrowing it from my roommate's palette, and one of the shades in the palette is unfortunately shattered. So, you know, if I were to pick it up, it would just go everywhere, and then she would be like, "Well, don't." So yeah, I'm just gonna put it on my eyebrows. Now you can kind of see it right here on the tip. It's like this kind of periwinkly shade, but I'm basically just going to fill in the already existing shape on my eyebrow, and then they'll be done. And before we move off of eyebrows just yet, I'm going to clean them up with a small angled brush and just a little bit of concealer. Now for my lips, I'm going to be doing my usual lip combo with just a little bit of an added step. So I'm going to be taking the Superstay Matte Ink Maybelline Liquid Lipstick, both in shades 05 and 08 for the two-tone part of my lips. But then in between, I'm going to be taking this LA Colors Cream Lipstick in this kind of peachy orange shade to kind of play into the more orange tones that Ganyu has in her official artwork. Now for the edges of the lipstick, I'm just going to clean it up with a little bit of concealer just to kind of buff out the edges just a little bit more. Now that that's all blended out, I'm going to go in with some gloss on top, and then that'll be the lips. For eyes, we're going to keep it relatively simple, but I'm going to keep it kind of like peachy pink, so something really cute and easy. I'm going to be taking a lot of the shades from my Sailor Moon X Colourpop Pretty Guardian palette, and I'm just going to start by taking this peachy tone shade right here, Twilight Flash, and I'm just going to start putting that all over my lid. And now that I have that all warmed up into my eyes, I'm going to take a slightly darker pinky shade, Moon Castle, from the same palette, and I'm just going to start buffing that into my crease. Now with the concealer and the angled brush from before, I'm going to do a small cut crease, and then I'm going to add a false crease in my eye. And then while the cream is still wet, I'm going to pack in a lighter shade just to keep it bright and easier to blend. Now using a super small angled brush and this brown in the corner of this kind of like super tiny little LA Girls palette, I'm just going to start drawing on a fake crease at the top of where I put the cut crease.
Now
with our cut crease and fake crease all set, I'm going to take the same orangey peachy tone from the Sailor Moon palette, and I'm just going to start bringing that into the middle of my eye to just blend out the outer colors with the cut crease. Alright, that's it for the base of my eyeshadow. Now it's time to add some glitter. Now the glitter that I'm going to be using are going to be from the Sailor Moon and this mini little Dikalu palette I got off of TikTok shop. Now for the base, I'm going to put some of this pale glitter right just onto my eyelid. And then once that base is all laid out, I'm going to go in with this glitter shade from the mini palette. And while I'm in this highlighting step, I'm also going to take some of that same pale shade from the Pretty Guardian palette, and I'm going to highlight my nose. I'm going to do it right here on the tip of my nose, and then again right in between my eyebrows. With my eyeshadow all done, I'm going to jump right into eyeliner. Now the eyeliner I'm using is the Rococo Lovely Moment eyeliner in the brown shade. Now I'm just going to mimic Ganyu's eye shape. So she kind of has like a little bit of like a round, more downturned wing. So that's what I'm going to be doing here on my eye. And now that I have the base for my eyeliner down, I'm going to take the angled brush from earlier and I'm just going to create a false lower lash line to kind of complete the look. I like to use this brown shade first. Now I have created a basis for where I want my bottom line to go, and with that down, I like to take a black shade and connect the outer to the inner. Now I'm going to repeat this on the same eye over here, and then we'll get right into the bottom lashes. Before I draw on any bottom lashes, we need to add a guideline, and the guideline that I like to do is the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤. Now, taking the same brown shade from before that I did the bottom line with, I just like to take this and put it right where my little eye bags start, and then using that same kind of size as a reference, kind of pull it towards the back. And once I have this in place, it's a good guide for where I should put my false lashes. And before I start with that, I'm going to make the eyeshadow up here kind of pull down to the bottom over here. So I'm going to take that kind of pinky orange shade and just pack it right here into the edge of the fake lower part of my eye. But once that's all blended out, we can go in with the eyeliner and start drawing on some fake lashes. Alright, I'm going to repeat this over here, and I'll be right back with mascara and falsies. For mascara, today I'm going to be using the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions, and I'm just going to apply that directly to my top lashes. A nice even coat. And this is just going to make sure that the false eyelashes blend right into my natural eyelashes. And I also like to take this same mascara and just do the inner corner little eyelashes to blend them into the drawn on ones. For lashes, I'm just going to be using this little anime lash set that I got from a sponsorship, and I'm going to apply them like any normal lash. So the lash glue that I use is the Duo Clear Lash Glue, and what you're going to do basically is just apply a good amount to the lash band. And once you have your glue on your lash, it's going to look like so. It's going to look a little bit white at the top and a little bit bluish maybe, but you're going to want to let that sit and dry until it is either clear or completely blue and there's no white left. So I'll be right back when both of my lashes are ready to put on. My lashes are all ready to go, so I'm going to apply them directly to the center of my eye with my eyelash tweezers. Now all we need to do is lock everything we just did in with our setting spray, and then we should be good to go. I'm going to take the same setting spray as before, the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. And with the same fan, I'm going to cool it down and let it dry. Alright, that's our makeup done. I'll be right back with my wig and the rest of the costume on to finish off the look and show you guys the final product. Here we are with the final look. Thank you guys so much for sticking through to the end of this video, and I can't wait to see you guys in any of my future content. Again, if you do want to see more of my content here on YouTube, then please make sure to hit like and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. But until my next video, I'll see you guys soon. Toodles!